Okay, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar, where we're going to be approaching all the different artificial intelligence solutions that we have for the retail sector or the retail business. Just to let you know that today we're going to be recording today's webinar, so the people that were not able to join will be able to review all the webinar later on. Also, we will share the PowerPoint presentation with all the people that got registered for today's webinar. My name is Alvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales for the company Grecom Technologies. And then I'm gonna be the person conducting today's webinar. Okay, first of all, I would like to do a very brief presentation of our company. Grecom was founded in 2005, and we are a company that is specialized in developing real-time image analytics, and we are very specialized on thermal imaging. That is our biggest area of expertise. Currently, we have over 30 different analytics developed. We export to 64 countries. Our most consolidated areas will be the Middle East, North and South America, and Southern Europe. And then one of the key advantages of what make us different from most of the companies that we compete with is that we have our own R&D department, which is not only responsible for developing our own solutions, but also responsible for customizing the solutions according to the project needs. Also, we have an integration department, so we can integrate all our solutions with new VMSs or VMSs, new cameras coming up on the market, access control platforms, and so on. Also, the price of our licenses includes the setup. So we remotely configure, fine-tune, and do the fine-tuning of all our solutions. So from the point of view of the installer or the system integrator, they don't have to worry because we're gonna do all the work for them. Also, we have the pre-sales department, which is responsible for supervising that everything is deployed correctly, and then everything, I mean, the bandwidth is correctly dimensioned, and then also that everything is correctly connected, so everything works as expected. And then we have the after sales, so the maintenance department, which is responsible for solving any potential problems that might show up with our analytics, and then also to maintain it to guarantee the correct operating of the system. Here I'm going to give you a very brief resume of all the different solutions, of all the different areas that we can cover. So as you can see here, we have solutions for the perimeter surveillance. So we have solutions with thermal imaging cameras and with day and night cameras. We can run the solutions embedded or server-based. And then also we can have solutions for PTC cameras. As the marine surveillance, we have solutions for usually this is to detect this, floating objects or small boats that the radar system is not able to detect. We can work with PTC or fixed cameras. So we usually use this solution for ports and also for water scenarios like offshore platforms and so on. Also, we have the VMS. Today, we're going to be approaching this area. We have two VMSs, one VMS with artificial intelligence, and then also we have a traditional VMS. I will explain later on the difference between both of them. Also, we have the cybersecurity. Here we have the data loss prevention solution, which also we're going to be approaching today. From the facial recognition, we have also for access control or for demographic analysis, which we'll be talking later on about it. Automation and safety, that is where we have more solutions developed. Today, we are not going to be approaching this area, but here we have the personal protective equipment monitor to guarantee that all the employees are wearing the right equipment before they access into the work area. Flame monitoring this is for the oil and gas tank, also for the oil and gas. Transformer or substation monitoring, which is for the power energy companies. just to monitor that all the components on a power substation are working, are not overheating and working correctly. Leak monitor, which also we use it for the oil and gas. On the fire prevention, we have two solutions. The temp threshold, this is a solution for industrial scenarios, and the watchman is for forest. And then for the retail, which this is one of the solutions that we're going to be talking today about, we have on-trade, which is one of the solutions. Okay, so once we just give you a very brief introduction of our company, we're going to be, okay, let's start with the webinar. We're going to divide today's webinar in two big areas. One of them is going to be the retail analytics, and the second one is going to be security. Okay, so let's start with the retail analytics. Okay, and the first solution that we're going to be talking about is going to be on-trace. So here, from the analytics point of view, we can count passerby, so we can measure the traffic of people in front of the enclosure. That means that we can count the people that pass by the door of the shop or the shopping mall, the visits, so we can count the number that comes into the shop. We can also classify by child and by adults. Also, we integrated with the consumer management system, so we can come up with ratios of number of and dimensions of visitor groups, penetration ratios, so the percentage of visits in respect with traffic or passes by, and people counting, so we can know the number of people that come into the shop. Okay. Also, we can have the fidelity, so we can have how many of those people that come into the shops are new visits or are repeated visits. Also, we can come out with a penetration rate. So that means out of the people that pass by the gate, how many of them come into the shop. And then also we can find out how many of those people has visit different shops of the same chain. So imagine that we have 3 or 4 shops in the same city. So we can figure out how many of those people has repeated into different shops. Then we have engagements, so we can figure out how much time each one of the visits spends on the shop. Okay, so we can also have the visit duration. Also, we can have the attractions, points of interest, so we can know, imagine that we have a new product, so we can know how people pass by and how many people come in into that specific point. And then presence of area of interest. So this is kind of like a heat map, so we can see how people are moving inside the shop, and then figure out if they're moving around that area. So this will be kind of like a screenshot of the dashboard. So here, for example, as you can see, this is a day interval. So we are comparing one day from the previous day to the current day. So we know that the visits on the current day is 1371 on these 4 shops right here. So it's a minus 5% compared to the previous day. Almost 1,200 are adults, and almost 200 are child. UC stands for units, purchase units or ticket units. So we can figure out how many tickets or how many items were purchased. So this is the percentage of the visits, how many of them bought. Okay, average time that they spend inside the shop is about 8.6 minutes. We generated 411 tickets, so it's a plus 2.2% increase respect of the previous day. This is the conversion ratio out of the people that came in. So out of the people that came in, 34.5% bought, and 52, almost 53% were purchase units. Okay. Okay. Also, we can do people tracking. So we can do on queue management. So how many people pass by the queue, the size of the queue, or the number of the people on the queue, the average waiting time. And then we can also have configurable alarms. So whenever we see that the queue reaches a specific size, or a specific number of people, we can trigger an alarm so we can open a new ticket counter. Okay. Hold on. So this is how the queue management will look like on the dashboard. So this is how many people pass by the queue. What is the average number of people on the queue? What is the average time that they spend on the queue? And how many abandons? That means how many people exit the queue. Okay. Also, you can also see the graphic. Okay, and then this is the street. So here we can see that 30,800 people pass by the door of the shop. The penetration, that means out of those 30,800, how many of them came into the shop? So that is 4.4%. How many of them repeated? 11% repeated. And then how many of them went to shops of the same chain on the same city? So this is 2.5% of the people repeated. Okay, and this is the dashboard. So here what we can do is we can compare a period of time between all the shops. So we can have the purchase funnel. So from visits to generated tickets model, visit duration, shopper traffic variation. We can also have the conversion rate. So we can compare all the shops and we figure out which one of the shops has better conversion rate. Caption rate. Also, we can compare all the different shops, and then also you can customize the reports from whatever information is more convenient or more interesting for you. This is how it would look like, the dashboard. So here, as you can see, we are comparing 2 weeks time. Okay, so here you have like the comparison between visits, and also here you have like the sales, and then here you have like the comparison between all the 4 shops. Okay, so you can figure out which one is performing better than the other. So you can go straight to the problem, or you can go straight to those shops that are not performing as good as the other and try to figure out what the problem is. Okay, and then from face recognition, okay, so this is, we just talked about the retail analytics. Now we're gonna be talking about access control with the face recognition. So we have this device, which is the biometric access control. This device, what it has is a 3D camera, an infrared lighter, a speaker, and a microphone. So this device can work indoors or outdoors. It is compatible with all the main access control platforms, whereas the POE also can detect tailgating. So in case that someone is trying to access into the area, which is not allowed, the system is gonna record it and also is gonna trigger an alarm. So the control room can track it down or can block it or can identify it. It can work. It has the infrared lighting, so in adverse lighting conditions, also the solution will be able to recognize the face, and then also detects the anti-spoofing. So in case that someone is trying to access with a picture or with an image, I mean, this device, the 3D camera, is going to be able to distinguish between a real and an unreal face. Okay, so this is how it will work. Each one of these devices can support a database of 20,000 people. It's very fast. I mean, for example, if you use this on rush hours, pretty much you can grant access to like between 30 to 35 people per minute. So it's very, very fast access control solution. Also, you can do demographic analysis. So here, for example, you can do people counting, and then also we can figure out the average age of the people that come into the shop or into the shopping mall. And then how many of them wear masks, how many of them were not wearing masks. Okay. what is the percentage of senior, which is over 60 years old. So this during the pandemic situation era was very convenient to use it. Okay, and this is another dashboard. So you have, I mean, you can configure the dashboard according to whatever is more convenient to you. Also, you can classify by gender. Okay, here what you can do is you can have the let's call it the graphic. So which hours were there were more attendees. Okay. Here are some success cases that we would like to share with you. So from large events, I mean, we have deployed these solutions on the Mobile World Congress. Also is Sagrada Familia, which is one of the most touristic points in Spain. The Cathedral of Barcelona. Okay, so this is like a theme park in Spain, shopping centers. So we have deployed this solution in all these shopping centers here in transport, in Madrid International Airport, and then also Tibidabo, which is also in Barcelona. This is one of the most touristic areas. These are some different shop brands that use our solutions. Okay, so you have like brands like I don't know, like Adidas, Levi's, Pepe Jeans, PepsiCo, Samsung. Okay, and then also you have like another companies like Vodafone or okay, or different companies that have deployed this solution. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna move into the security area. The first thing, the first solution that we would like to talk about is the VMS. As I explained before, we have two types of VMSs. We have the VMS, the traditional VMS, which basically what it does is records 24 hours, 7 days a week, and then also manages all the events or all the alarms that the analytics that are connected to that device generate. Okay. The difference between a VMS with artificial intelligence and a VMS without artificial intelligence is that the VMS with artificial intelligence at the same time that is recording, it automatically classifies the objects. So that means that whenever it detects a human, will classify as a human. Also will take an image capture of the face, so we will be able to recognize by face recognition. Also will automatically classify the type of clothing that is wearing, the color of the clothing, and the gender. Okay, so all this is being done automatically. And then in case that there is a vehicle, we'll record the license plate number, the type of vehicle, the color of the vehicle, and the model of the vehicle. So all this is being done automatically. So in case that you need to do some forensic search, the only thing that you need to do is you need to enter the criteria or what you're looking for, and then automatically the VMS is going to download all the images and videos that match your search criteria. Also, the good thing about this VMS is that besides the video management license, also includes for analytics, you have perimeter surveillance, face recognition, license plate recognition, and sound analytics. Sound analytics is like kind of like people yelling, glass breaking, fire alarm, smoke alarm, or emergency door alarms. Okay, so all is kind of like a bundle. You have the video management license, but also you have the analytics included on the same price. Okay, so this is a more competitive solution. Meanwhile, on a traditional VMS, you will have to buy the video management license, and then also you have to buy the analytics separately. So this is more cost effective, okay, and it's all in one price. Also, what you can do is you can do people counting and people tracking. So always, as long as the person that you're tracking is in the field of view of the camera, you will be able to track it down through the facilities, so you can know exactly how that person is moving around inside the facilities. Okay. Here is the architecture of the system. So we can use our own cameras or we can use third-party cameras. Okay, the key advantage of using our own cameras is that the analytics and the recording is embedded into the camera. So you will not need a server. So you can directly connect the cameras through the cloud, and then you can access through the cameras, through the recordings and on real time through any device that is connected on the internet, and you can have access to the cloud. In case that you want to deploy this system on a project where the cameras are already deployed, we can also work it out, but you will need to deploy what we call it the cloud connector, which is a server where the analytics and then also the recording will be hosted. Okay, and then in order to access to the cameras, you can either do it through any device that is connected on the same network, or you can access through the cloud. So it depends on what you prefer. We have our own API or our own interface. So this can work standalone, so you will not need any integration with any other platform. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next solution, which is the perimeter lookout. This is a solution with artificial intelligence. The good thing is that auto classifies persons and vehicles, okay? Have multiple detection rules like intrusion, line crossing, prowling, or abandoned object. Will discriminate all those objects that are not interesting for us, such as animals, camera movement, raindrops on the lens, lighting changes, or vegetation movement. So this is very accurate solution. We can guarantee almost 100% accuracy. It is compatible with all the IP cameras available on the market, always as long as it has a minimum resolution of high definition HD. And then also is integrated with all the main VMSs such as Milestone, Genetec, or Goitebrook, Pelco, Avigilon, and so on. Now we're gonna move to the last solution, which is the data loss prevention. This is a solution that is compatible here, as you can see, with US Cyber Command. Okay, this is the FBI. And then this was out of the contest that they did was selected as the most complete or the most accurate solution. Also is certified by the JITC and then NITTF, okay? And also was the Cybersecurity Awards winner, okay? So what is this solution? This solution, basically what we do is we guarantee that all the employees on the company, they follow the IT policy and they don't put in jeopardy the data from the company, okay? So the way we do it is, first of all, what we do is we download a software in each one of the workstations that you want to monitor. And then what we do is we monitor the activity of that workstation, okay? So what we do is, I mean, the software comes with basic configuration, but once we do an initial audit on how most of the employees use the workstations, what we do is we sit down with the company and we figure out or we customize what exactly activities they want to monitor. Okay, here are some examples of what kind of activities we can monitor. So we can have like whenever there is an alarm, we can detect it. Whenever someone is accessing to applications that you're not authorized to, or accessing to browsers that you're not authorized, you do connections that are not secure. Okay, you have DNS output, file access, integrations, work from locations that you're not authorized to, logins, printing documents, saving documents you're not authorized, accessing to Wi-Fi networks. So this is some of the activities that we can detect. But besides detecting, also what we do is we interact. Okay, so whenever we detect this anomalous activity, we can block it down. We can isolate the display, we can send an alarm, and so on. So we also we detect it, but also we can interact. And then the good thing is that we have an interface that each one of these workstations is reporting on real time. So we can know in real time which one of the employees is not following the IT policy. And then also we can interact with that employee. So this is a very clever solution. And then it's also very convenient to prevent from data loss of the company. Okay. Here are some success cases that what I would like to share with you. For example, on the defense and law enforcement, we have worked with the FBI. We have deployed the VMS with artificial intelligence. Also on the NATO headquarters, we have deployed the access control solution. Also for this Royal Saudi Air Force, we are responsible for deploying our system in all the air bases that they have in Saudi Arabia. Also in Spain, we are responsible for all the perimeter surveillance of all the marine, and then also the Air Force. On the oil and gas, we are the preferred solution for Saudi Aramco, running embedded into the Axis cameras with TEPSA, which is the largest oil company in Spain. We do all the perimeter surveillance of all their facilities. On renewable, we work with all the main players: Excelio, Iberdrola, Enel, SunPower, Dewa, Sagaya. Okay. And then critical infrastructures, we do the Madrid International Airport, also Trillo nuclear plant, which is a nuclear plant in Spain. The Palace of the Emir of Qatar, we also do the perimeter surveillance. And then from telecommunications, we work with companies such as AT&T in the United States, Etisalat in the Middle East, Telefonica in Spain, Hitachi, and Facebook. So these are some of the key references or key success cases that we work with. Okay, here, for example, banking, Santander, which is the 5th largest bank in the world, Samba in Saudi Arabia, CaixaBank, which is also one of the top banks here in Spain. I don't know, here are some more success cases. And here also, we're going to share, in case that you want to become a partner and you want to resell our solutions, you can have you can access to our platform in our website, where you can you can access to all the commercial materials, upload or protect all the projects that you work on, and then also you can download your invoices. So this will be pretty much all the different solutions that we can offer for the retail sector or the retail business. Here, I would like to share my contact details, my mobile telephone number, also my email address. And in case that you want to book a video call, or you want to request a demo of any of the solutions that we introduced to you today, you can do it through our website. So we just have one guest here. So Burik, in case that you have any questions, so you can activate your microphone, or you can either use your chat. I will be more than happy to answer whatever as many questions as you have. Okay, Alexis is asking, okay, I'm especially concerned about privacy in the store, capacity control. Does the software take privacy into account? Okay, whenever you do a demographic analysis, you don't save images. Basically, what you do is you analyze the image and then you generate a code. So there is no privacy restrictions, because you're not using images, or you're not using faces. Okay. For the access control, usually you generate a database. When you generate that database, that person authorizes the use of that image. So you can once you have the signet, the authorization, I mean, you are you follow the IT privacy policy, so you're not putting in jeopardy. So, Burion, any questions? Well, I guess not. Well, in that case, we'd like to thank you for attending to today's webinar. I hope that you find interesting our solutions. And as I said, I mean, you have here my contact details. So in case that you need to reach me, please feel free to contact me either through my mobile or through my email address. Okay. So if there is no questions, I would like, we're gonna finish today's webinar right here. And once again, thank you very much for attending. Thank you. Bye-bye.